Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Kadash. Now, when you look at this Revelations 12 and 7, where it talks about this war in heaven and the dragon and his angels, and in verse 9 where it say angels was cast out with him, okay, cast into the earth, and the angels was cast out with him. So this is very confusing for these Christians, because when they see heaven, they're thinking about in the third heaven, or the another dimension where God dwells, because of Christianity pushing that theology. But when you look at the verse, it talks about the angels fought, Michael and his angels fought with the dragon. So it's making you think that these are angels fighting with each other, but they are not. This is not talking about angels fighting each other. And so when you look at the verses, it gives you a deeper understanding. That's why the next chapter 13 says the dragon gave his power to the beast, because the beast is the dragon. They work with each other, or they are one and the same. But they was using the dragon to describe this beast, this government. See, the so-called bad angels didn't give power to the government. They are one and the same. Now let's go to Revelation 19, and we're gonna see how heaven is not up there with God, or in another dimension with God, or in the third heaven. Okay, the first example is Revelation 19 and 11. It's saying, I saw heaven open up, and behold, a great white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he do judge and make war. So this is talking about Yahweh Shah, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. He's making war, and heaven open up. Okay, then in verse 14 it say, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses. Okay, so now you got Yahweh Shah and his armies. Then you look at verse 17, because this is the most obvious verse to let you know what heaven really is. It say, and I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven. See, birds cannot fly in heaven. Birds cannot go to heaven. Fowls mean birds. And so that's the definition of heaven. Birds fly in heaven, not no freaking they up there with God in the third dimension, in another dimension, in the spirit world. Now when you jump down to verse 19, it tells you, it says, and I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. So they finna battle with Yahweh Shah's army. Okay. And so when you go to Revelation 12, verse 7 is saying, there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. And so that dragon, in verse 3, it says of Revelation chapter 12, that dragon has 7 heads and 10 horns. Now in verse 17, it tells you that these 10 horns, in 12 it says, 17:12, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings. So the 10 horns is 10 kings. So this dragon is 10 kings. So you have the 10 kings burning the woman, setting her on fire. And in verse 14 it said that these shall make war with the Lamb. The 10 kings, the dragon is going to make war with the Lamb. Okay? And so when you get to Revelation 19, then it's breaking down how the war going to go down. It's giving you details on how this war is going to pop off. Now, verse 11 say the heavens opened up. He saw heaven open. And then it say the armies which were in heaven. And then verse 17, Revelation 19:17, that the armies was in heaven just like the fowls that fly in the midst of the heaven. So the birds in heaven, meaning they in the sky, man. Ain't nobody up there. These fleshly armies ain't gonna go up there and fight with no angels. First of all, these so-called angels supposed to be cast to the earth. So how they gonna be cast to the earth and they up there fighting with the angels in heaven? Now let's get heaven real quick. Alright, now this heaven, it say by about 1,000, meaning 1,000 years after Yahushua was born, this hoven was used in reference to the Christianized, see, they Christianized the word, place where God dwells. But originally, the word meant, it had signified sky firmament. It meant the sky, man. The English term has cognates in the original Germanic languages, Old Saxon, sky. See, Middle German, Middle Low German, sky. Heaven meant sky. But see, these people Christianized it, meaning that the so-called real red dragon, he deceived everybody. The real devil, the deceiver, the real Satan, the adversary, he deceived everybody with his religion. That's why when you go to Revelation 19:20, it say the false prophet that worked miracles before him, with which he deceived them. See, that's the miracle, that you gonna make people believe that it's some angels that rebelled against God and they finna battle God. You really deceived the whole world, making them think this with your so-called Christianized definition of heaven, because heaven meant sky. Let's go back. And angels meant armies. See, the dragon and his armies fought against Yahushua and Michael and their armies. That's all it was saying. But see, these Christianity peoples, they will twist these scriptures, man, and make you think that this is talking about angels fighting against God, which has never happened. And then when you go to chapter 20, it said, I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit. Now they're going to make you think that an angel threw an angel in a pit. So God gave one group of angels, or this certain angel, power to punish an angel. And that's not what the situation was talking about. He threw these Satan, the adversary, he threw them into out of rulership, pretty much. He took them out of rulership for 1,000 years. That's all it was talking about. Because these 10 kings, mind you, this dragon was 10 kings. So he took these 10 kings out of rulership. And they couldn't rule again until the 1,000 years was up. And he said after that, he was loose for a little season, meaning that he gonna let these 10 kings now reign again for 1,000 years. That's all it was saying. But you know they know how to twist the scriptures. I'm gonna leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rekakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace of the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.